Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Out of here. Yeah. Oh, take it off. I've been thinking, getting, shaking, good. We fly, women, homie, please, play your position. All right. Happy Moon Day, everybody. Hope everybody's enjoying their day. Hope everybody having a great, fruitful. Y'all know the vibes, man. Y'all know the vibes. Hope everybody's having a fruitful, prosperous start to the week. All right. A Jazz, Crown Mesh, JCB88. All right. Aquamarie, Mindful Lomi. All right. JJ Bordier, Z Selene. All right. Lauren Chanel, D Kai Vibes, Daisy Ventures. What's going on, everybody? Star Endy, King Astro Mac. What's going on? Live from LA. What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's in great spirits. You feel me? I just want to jump into some, some transits we got going on right now. You feel me? We do got some shifts going on this week that we do. It's a full moon week. All right. It's a full moon week. So y'all already know how that go. That's enough to be said right there. You feel me? It's a full moon week. So we know we came into the week with heavy vibes. All right, spiritually, you feel me? We was getting in the spirit in the astro realm. We was getting in some extra sets this weekend. On Friday, you try to get a new bench press set. You try to run that extra mile Friday, Saturday, spiritually in the astro realm because shit. It's a full moon week. It's a full moon week in the third dimension. So you feel me? I got my spiritual strength right because we know full moon weeks. When it comes to everything that's buried, when it comes to our subconscious, we go through a whole bunch of activities throughout the day that got us active and we're giving conscious action to. So there's so much things in our subconscious that don't get a chance to get filtered, don't get a chance to get tendered, taken care of, nurtured, understood. We just bury all of that shit. What's going on YouTube? What's going on IG? You feel me? So all that shit, we got work, we got motherfucking this, that, and the third. You feel me? Some of us don't start thinking about the subconscious till before we go to sleep. Earth signs, air signs, fire, water signs on the other axis. They be in that motherfucker. You feel me? They be in the subconscious and shit. They be like to hell with all the other reality and all that other shit. You feel me? So we all out here trying to find a balance. You feel me? That's what we doing. Iron sharpens iron, everybody. All right, so. Once again, I hope everybody's well. I know it's a little late. I don't want to, take too much time. I just want to get into some Mercury and Taurus influences and just highlight things that's going to be taking place this week. But yeah, with that full moon energy, guys, just make sure, you do what you can to keep self grounded around this time, guys. Do what you can to keep self grounded around this time, to keep your spirit settled around this time. If it feel like you're doing too much, sit your ass down. If you're around other motherfuckers that's doing too much, get your ass up out of that space. All right. Listen to that intuition. When things is feeling heavy around full moon weeks, universe. See, that's the thing. People, I was just having this talk with one of my best friends, with my right hand man. I was like, yo, bro, people get into crazy things in life, crazy catastrophic situations and whatnot, trials and tribulations, and then on one end life be happening, like life is life, and on the other end universe be trying to throw you so much, be trying to throw you the rope so many times, like, yo, listen, I'm trying to tell you, like, I burned you this time, but like I can't just burn you this light this next time. You feel me? Like, you're gonna have to pass this class next time because you don't want to go to this summer school. You feel me? So it's like when things happen in our life, you feel me? A lot of the times, when you sitting in that jail cell, you in your head like that. I ain't gonna lie. My mom did tell me I got to get up out the streets. I ain't gonna lie. My girl, my last two relationships, I was in love with both of them, but they both left my ass because I was putting their life in risk. They both told me I was gonna be dead or in jail. Like, I ain't gonna lie. My universe was telling my ass through different ways. They say you just a vessel. He used my last two girlfriends as vessels like a motherfucker. He used my mom like a vessel, grandma like a motherfucking vessel. You feel me? My teacher that told me I was going to drop out, he used her ass as a vessel. So we can't be acting like shit just be all the time and like shit just be left field. It don't be like that all the time. Universe ain't going to cheat you. We cheat ourselves. We be cheating ourselves, but universe ain't going to cheat you like that. You feel me? So, boy, I'm pissed today. What's in the sky? Yeah, we're going to get into it. So, with full moon energies, guys, all that being said, we want to make sure we ain't getting into no heavy, crazy reactions or impulses. This is a week to observe, to understand your subconscious, feel your subconscious out. I'm a whole earth moon sign, you feel me? So I don't do that often at times. So when I do, I got to dive deep. And then sometimes we don't want to dive that deep. And then when we start thinking about how deep we got to dive, then we like, all right, fuck it. I don't really want to fuck the full moon. I don't care. But we can't run from it. You can't run from it. This the portion of the month that you can't run from it. But we could use it as an emotional reset, right? We could use it as a subconscious reset. We could use it as a spiritual timeout. We could use it to make space. We could use it to clear clutter, all right? So with the full moon taking place in Libra, obviously it's going to be things dealing with us detaching from relationships. Aries season was all about us learning how to hone in on and embrace our individuality, new goals, top of the year, right? Spring equinox, new intentions, new goals, new aspirations, you feel me? New cycle. So while we planting all these seeds or whatnot, creating new things, giving life to new things, when we get into that full moon in Libra, it's like, all right, now that I took so much more steps and evolved with how I deal with my personal circumstances, how do the people in my life affect that? How do I adjust? How do I balance? What's the comparison and contrast towards what I got going on personally with the people that I deal with in my life? You feel me? What do I need to fix within myself individually to help be a better partner, better friend, better this, that, and the third? Who in my life ain't being the better friend, the better sibling, trying to be that good partner or whatnot? Who is these motherfuckers? We need to weed them out. Full moon and Libra, like, oh, all right. So, and then when it gets into the house that you have Libra in, you already deal with a lot of communication in the house. You already deal with a lot of partnerships, connecting, you feel me, relating in that house, teamwork, developing all type of partnership experiences, learning how to deal with others, possibly compromise and mediate in that house. So by default, this full moon energy, there's probably some things that you're in the middle of with people, things you got going on that don't relate to what the people that you around got going on. This is the time to filter that shit, y'all, all right? You did too much realization. You gained too much awareness about self with the sun transiting Aries for it to go into Taurus and not utilize this full moon in Libra. All right, now the sun going to be in Taurus. This is a time now where we got to be concentrated. It's fixed now. So now we got to concentrate and keep in motion what we just gave life to in Aries season, right? It's going to be hard to do that if we don't use this weekend, this full moon in Libra, to figure out what people affect how our ability to concentrate on what we doing. All right, this is what we using this full moon for. All right, so anybody you got heavy vibes about their ass, the universe is trying to throw you some darts that they might need to be some management in that relationship. Doesn't mean that you necessarily got to detach, release, disconnect just because you feel, you got a little tingly feelings about somebody you're dating, connected with, somebody you're married to, in a relationship with, your child, your sibling, your friend, your coworker, your colleague. Doesn't mean you guys got to terminate the relationship. No, you guys, we could follow our spiritual, you feel me? We could follow our intuition and understand how we need to adjust in our relationships. It ain't really, it's like when the sun is transiting a certain area of your house, you're not going to miss things. There's a flashlight in that house, right? This goes for the house that your sun is in your natal chart, and this goes for a transiting sun. You're not going to miss things in the house. It's light here. You feel me? So when it comes into the full moon, you ain't just going to walk past it. You're not just going to be in that house chilling with the full moon vibrating like a motherfucking house. It's something that you're going to be feeling heavy on. You ain't just going to be walking through it like, oh, it's a full moon shit. I ain't even know. Like it's, even if you ain't into astrology, you hear somebody talk about some shit in the streets, like, yeah, it's a full moon this weekend. You can be like, damn, no wonder. I guess that's why I was probably feeling a little icky out here. You feel me? So every time, and if you're really in tune, you're going to be picking up these vibes before you even listen to some astrologer talk about a transit, boo. You feel me? Before you even get into the week before, last week, y'all already was like, last week, a lot of y'all was looking at, you feel me, feeling some ways about relationships, about people, things that surround you that affect what you got going on personally. And now you probably just this weekend like, oh shit, full moon Libra, all right. Like, yeah, full moon time coming. That's why your ass is, it's real subconscious, but you in a spiritual space of understanding, like, all right, how do I clean up my house right now? You feel me? What's heavy on my emotional well-being? All right. So that's the vibration all the way leading up to the peak this weekend, right? Now, Mercury moved into Taurus yesterday, all right? Okay, I already tweeted and posted about the sun and moon today, so we're dealing with that Trine energy. So hopefully y'all ain't go crazy on nobody today and cuss nobody out and lash out on nobody. You know how that double fire energy be. That double fire energy be having you on some like, you know what? I ain't cut somebody out in a long time. You feel me? Fuck it. I ain't want to go to work tomorrow anyways. If they fire, I ain't want to go to work tomorrow anyway. You feel me? So, sometimes when it comes to self-expression, you could be on different type time if you got fire energy, especially, when we under double fire influences, especially if you got fire and air in your chart, you're going to have certain alignments that's going to have you going to have certain thoughts in if you're an air sign or you a fire sign under the energies we in right now, the thoughts in your head, it's so hard to keep them to yourself. It's like, nah, people have to see this. Because if you got air, your thoughts, you got the moon coming from Leo and the sun coming from motherfucking Aries and some type of shape for your air sign. Some of that light was hitting you in a positive way where you felt like you need to give light to every thought and don't nobody give a fuck about what you talk about at work. Fire signs too. You think you just walked into work with a whole different vibe this week. All right. You feel me? So let's bask in that vibe, but let's not take it overboard. But one thing about having the sun and the moon harmonizing with each other is that we could find ourselves being on one accord with our actions and emotions. We could find ourselves that it's just that it could be in the extreme sometimes. You feel me? So we could find ourselves being assertive, expressive, action oriented around how we feel. So that's why I'm more so making fun of it, because I know it's a full moon type of energy. So to start this week, a lot of people went into work this morning like, I ain't having shit. Like, I ain't having it with nobody. Like, my fuse is short today, like this week. You feel me? So we gotta hold it down, y'all. we gotta hold it down. So, but for creative endeavors, new insight, new awareness about your relationships, about what you personally got going on. Yeah, a lot of that is buzzing right now with the sun in Aries, moon in Leo. You feel me? Right now, sun in Aries, moon in Leo, fire deals with awareness. I like to say fire, once again, deal with potential energy, right? So potential energy, so what you can see, your potential, what you envision. So we got two alignments, one in the Aries fire, sort of determined ass vision, right? And then we got Leo fire, the creative, dancing, wanting to entertain, be seen, expressive ass fire over here. So then we already got our actions and emotions in this energy. Then we got a whole Pisces stellium over here. You feel me? So just to start this week, and the energies were amongst period, it's hard to be in a situation not being able to break past a ceiling right now. It's too much vision to tap into. It's too much potential energy for you to tap into to get out your whatever circumstances you in that you don't want to put in, you don't want to stay in, that you want to evolve from. It's too much of the positive to see in how something could work out right now. It's too much belief and faith to tap into right now. You feel me? And I don't underestimate how people deal with their mental health and emotional well-being, So I say that with conviction, understanding what energies we have access to right now, when it comes to things we may have procrastinated on, when it comes to things that we may have held in a heavy space and it's hard to move on from, like around these energies, especially with this week with Neptune and Jupiter and this shit. It's like, all right, man, life, you got to kill me. You got to kill me because I got to keep on striding out this motherfucker. I done soaked on that shit enough. You feel me? So that Neptune and Jupiter whole energy, I just posted something on my timeline before I jumped on live. You feel me? Posted something on my Patreon. Yeah, I want to check that out. But with Jupiter and Neptune being together in Pisces right now, guys, if you're not moving into Taurus season, with something in motion that you pretty much feel like, everybody's in different chapters of life, but when you go into Taurus season and we got energies coming from Pisces, which Pisces hits Taurus energy in a real harmonious way, you want to make sure what that thing that you been buzzing and daydreaming and just imagining and dealing with and manifesting people confirming you good and creative with something you should go for and take that leap of faith and that jump. All that shit we've been vibrating on this month and during these transits, during Taurus season, like we want to have some of that in motion, guys. We got to have some of that emotion. We got to have some of that emotion. And if you don't, you're going to realize in some type of shape or form, you may be in your own way. Because some willpower could get a lot manifested on its own. So when you got the universe in full support of people who's willing to take a leap of faith, that's what Pisces 12th house energy, a lot of that energy is about. It's about leap of faith energy. It's about risk. Jump into your imagination, fuck reality, I hope this shit work out energy. All jokes aside, in hood layman terms, you know, that's what that energy is about. This is why we joke about Pisces being so delusional, because that's their reality. Their reality is that, you know, they could do that in their relationship. They may do that in relationships with their family. They may do that in small circumstances at work. So it just is micro, macro levels, you know, that can manifest into positive and negative results. But that's that archetype. So these are the influences we under right now. You feel me? You know, I got a Mercury Scorpio. I got a Scorpio stellium. It's easy for me to think negative about some shit. I'm full Capricorn moon rising. It's easy for me to complain about some shit. If anybody about to be complaining and being moody about some shit, you feel me? So I even be waking up in the morning like, get your big black ass up, nigga. Get busy. Like, let's manifest. Let's create. Like, this is what a time to be alive right now. So, you know, you want to make sure, like I was saying in my clip, last thing I'm going to say about Neptune and Jupiter, we go get to Mercury and Taurus, is that, you know, I was saying it's easy to just float in this energy, though. It's easy to float in this state of, you know, high potential and belief and, you know, vibrating in a real optimistic level, because Pisces, Jupiter, Neptune energy is very optimistic. I would say like top 3 optimistic signs, houses in the zodiac. Well, I ain't going to throw the 12th house in there, though. Let's just say Pisces, you feel me? Throw Pisces in there, you feel me? Most optimistic, you throw Sagittarius in there, Leo in there, you feel me? You know, Libra in there, you feel me? You know, but Gemini in there, you know, Geminis. I say Geminis is real optimistic individuals because they don't hold on to negative shit for too long. So they might be angry about some shit, but you gonna realize sooner or later they're gonna be good. Like, they're gonna be good, you feel me? They're gonna come ask you if you got games on your phone sooner or later. But that's what's going on with that Neptune and Jupiter, y'all. That's what's going on with that Neptune and Jupiter. You got to make sure that, you know, you got to make sure that there's some foundation supporting what we're vibrating on right now. All right. There has to be some form of reality supporting what we're vibrating on right now. Everything that's in your subconscious, yes, that could come into fruition more than you even imagining it right now. What you imagining right now really could be a real small increment of what is really, you know, destined for you. But moving into Taurus season, you feel me, starting with Mercury entering Taurus yesterday, all right? This is a great start for us starting to get back, you know, not get back, but, you know, get more concentrated what we got going on, right? Develop more structure for what we got going on. So when we look at Taurus, you know, Taurus is Earth. You know, Earth, we're dealing with stability, being in the present, grounding things, being more practical, dealing with common sense, right? Taking our time, patience, diligence, okay? These are all Earth-like themes. So when we throw Venus up in there, now that adds an Earth sign that actually has a thing for dealing with feeling nice and liking nice things in the physical realm. So this is why you'll have Tauruses. They, you know, they gonna have a shopping thing going on. They gonna like they sweets a little bit. They gonna have their favorite foods. They go, you feel me? They gonna have shit the way they like it when they like it. They ain't really up in the air about how they like they steak cook or they burger cook. They know how they value system is set. You feel me? Taurus gonna know what the fuck they want to eat. Like, they go know. Like, they go know. I'm a Libra. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what people be getting mad at me. I be want to order food on my own. I was like, don't even add my shit to the bill. Let me just order for Uber Eats on my phone. I'll figure it out. Y'all order what y'all got going on. This menu long as shit. How y'all come up with y'all shit so fast? Y'all ate here before? Yeah, I ain't never eat here before. What they call this shit, Shake Shack? You feel me? So, like, you feel me? I be all over the place, y'all. Taurus gonna know what they want to eat, though. Taurus gonna know what they want to eat. I asked a Taurus chick right now, what you trying to eat? She gonna give me 4 recommendations. What time is it? 8? Well, we could go to this spot, that spot. This spot closing at 9. The driver's gonna probably be there too long. This site is a nice spot outside. You want to sit outside? You feel me? The weather's type all right. We can sit. Like, damn, you was waiting. You was just waiting. Yo, greedy ass. We about to go walk in the park for all that now. Yeah, we want to go walk in the park because you came off too aggressive. You came off too like you. I don't like how it felt like that was like a script or some shit. Like, I don't like how it felt. Like, have you all this time we've been texting you, just waiting for me to ask you to eat some motherfucking shit? I can't fuck with y'all Tauruses. Yeah, I know how to get somebody to manifest something in the physical realm, but I ain't gonna go too deep into that because it's gonna sound like I'm chatting. But Taurus in their head, like, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. You feel me? That's why I don't be tripping about shit, you know? But anyways, you throw Venus in there. Venus deals with your value system, with our self-esteem, you know, belief in self, what we feel like we're capable of. All right. And let's not forget the moon is an influence in Taurus. Okay. The moon is an influence in Taurus. The moon is exalted in Taurus. So this is why they have that. You got Venus energy in there, moon energy. So this is why you get the exterior you get with them. So why you get the resting bitch face you get with them. You know, this is why you get a dude acting like he ain't never feeling an emotion in his life, Taurus son, acting like it's all about money, acting out, you feel me? Acting like everything's about material possession. He ain't got one feeling and emotion in their life. But deep down, they the most sensitive. I ain't gonna say sensitive, but nurturing, caring, understanding. They underrated for how cooperative they really are. Like we talk about how moody they be and shit, but they actually be some of the people you actually be wanting to be a part of the group to help keep shit stabilized because they could have the practicality to keep shit stabilized, right? Understanding how to look at things from a common sense perspective. But the Venus energy, that moonish energy, that moon, and I said moonish. That moon, Venus energy and that moon energy, and within the archetype is what makes that practicality, right? That sturdy exterior, be able to be related, be able to be cooperative, you know, be able to be used in harmony. That's why they give a lot. This is why they may not express, communicate, you know, how they feel so much, depending on what alignments they may have, maybe water, moon somewhere up in there. I don't know. Taurus, sun, water, moon, that's a whole different animal. Talk about moody. You feel me? But shout out to my Tauruses. But when we talk about they may not communicate how they feel OD like that, but they gonna shit. You don't know somebody that know how to get a gift until you date a Taurus. You feel me? Until you have a Taurus sibling. If you have a Taurus sibling, it's unfair to your partner when it's Christmas or your birthday. You used to your sibling. Look, but I got you, bro. Look, go ahead, open that shit up, nigga. Every Christmas, your older Taurus sibling got some shit. You don't care about what your parents got. You know your Taurus sibling gonna hold some shit down. You know your Taurus sibling heard you talk about how much you want that PS4 all year. The same person telling you shut the fuck up about it. You always talk about video games. You annoying as hell was the one that went and got you the shit. So Taurus got like that little, I ain't gonna say bipolar. To other people, it may come off a little bipolar. It's like, damn, you moody. You a little too. You could like you a little tense, but you caring like a mug though. I could get with it. You caring like a mug. You feel me? So some Tauruses give too much, but then at the end of the day, it subconsciously feel like in their spirit is like that's something to do. It's like their archetype is built like that because, like, you know, Taurus got it. They rule this realm. They rule Earth. They rule planet Earth. So the gravitation they have on making things stabilize in their family, in their relationship, for their partner, for their children, for their younger sibling, great power come great responsibility. So, you know, Taurus is vibrating on a positive energy. They gonna manifest. They gonna keep manifesting and having access to all the power that come with that to keep doing what they do. You know, a lot of Tauruses I know is giving as hell. A lot of I got bad stories with Tauruses and whatnot that went above and beyond doing something for me that they didn't. I needed something for them. They went above and beyond doing this shit. You feel me? It's just like if they gonna give, they not gonna like. If you're gonna do something, do it good. With Taurus, they gonna give something. You feel me? Make sure you deliver that thing. So that's like how that Taurus archetype is built like that. You feel me? That's why we joke about them being all moody and serious and shit. That's just that earth element. The earth element be throwing people off guard a lot of the time, you know? Earth risings, Earth suns, be throwing people off guard a lot of the time. You know, you start connected to the sweet as hell, soft as hell, sensitive, understanding. You start realizing like you ain't tough, you ain't hard, you just need therapy. That's what it is. You just need therapy. You keep some of that shit in too much. You don't feel none of that shit. Once a feeling comes, you feel me? You just hit a little, you just be curving feelings and shit. And then sooner or later, them bitches, you gotta feel them shit sooner or later on a week like this week. A lot of earth signs gonna be feeling this week. Try not to feel on a full moon week. Shout out to all my earth signs. You feel me? So now Mercury slides into Taurus, right? Now Mercury slides into Taurus. So we all have our own Mercury. Everybody got their own Mercury. Mercury Aries, Mercury Taurus, Mercury 8th house, Mercury the 5th house, Mercury 6th house. We all got our own Mercury placement, planets in our natal chart, hitting our Mercury, things in our personal life. We're trying to understand how to think and communicate more efficiently with, dissect, and be more detail oriented with in our life, aka things that you got square and opposing your Mercury. These are the things that you may develop insecurities about within yourself. You're real critical about these things in yourself. Mercury square opposite the sun. You probably insecure about things dealing with your appearance or whatnot. Be real critical about things dealing with your appearance. You be the flyest nigga in the world. You feel me? Flyest, most charming, handsome guy to the ladies in the world. You Mercury opposing square in this. Well, I said Mercury opposing square in the sun. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. Let me say sun Mercury opposing square in the moon, because you can't have that type of alignment, because Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. So it can't form a square or opposition to it. But if the sun is conjunct, if you got Mercury by the sun, you know, if you got it conjunct, now that's a whole different story. You're going to be real critical of self. You feel me? It could play on to you being critical of yourself in a real positive way, you know, being able to be real cautious about how you conduct yourself to prevent certain situations and know how to be a great judge of character on yourself and whatnot, how to analyze things about yourself before other people tell you. But then at the same time, pros and cons to every alignment, y'all. Light and dark side to every alignment. At the same time, you overthink shit like a motherfucker. You probably have you extra critical about shit about yourself, you know. You know, Mercury opposite square the moon, you know, your emotions be on your mind all the time. You know, you need to understand how to think about your emotions in a more positive, you know, transcending type of energy, and not in a sinking mentally into your emotions a lot of the time, you know, or the situations that happen with that sign that it's clashing with, you know. You got to make sure when things happen with that sign or whatnot, that whatever house that the moon is in, you got to make sure if Mercury's clashing with that energy, whatever happens in that house that you know this lifetime, you got to be able to mentally think about what's going on in that house, regardless of how you feel. You got to be able to be logical about what's going on. That's how you deal with your Mercury squares and opposites, guys. And when we look at aspects to your natal Mercury, these are things dealing with our mental health. These are your mind. These are anything hitting your Mercury, things hitting your mind this lifetime a lot of the time. There's certain things that you naturally think about by default if nothing's making you actively pay attention to something, right? If you're not really in your emotions about anything, based off your Mercury alignment, the house is in, the sign is in, that's what be on your mind. That's what be on your mind by default, you know? So, you know, the Mercury alignments is good to know. Vice versa, if you got Mercury, sextiles, trines, you know, also conjunctions, these are things that, you know, there's going to be things about yourself that you could see these things in other people. You be able to, you know, dissect these other energies in other people, you know, Mercury conjunct Venus or something, Mercury sextile, trine Venus, you know, you got the ability to be more logical with things dealing with your value system, with the people, places, and things that you love, with relationships, good relationship coach, because you're going to be able to give a lot of information, advice, be real communicative to help people talk out their issues and relationships. You know, anything hitting Mercury in a positive aspect in your chart, these are things you're going to be real good communicating with. You may be real fluent articulating these things, right? In different type of ways, you may be able to develop a lot of different ideals, perspectives around these things that, you know, stimulate how other people think about that energy, whatever. But now that energy, I get the longest breakdowns in the world. Now, with all that being said, we got that Mercury energy sliding into Taurus. We got Mercury energy sliding into Taurus. So now this is going to start influencing this transition we making into this Taurus energy, all right? It was just Uranus and Taurus, you know, before yesterday, a couple days before yesterday. Now, next week, we're going to have 3 planets in Taurus when the sun moves into Taurus, all right? So Once again, the Taurus portion of the spring is the portion where we try to, maintain our concentration with a lot of things we may have started or initiated, set new intentions on around Aries season. Okay. And then, with Mercury being in Taurus, the mind is being influenced to think about things from a more common sense perspective. I was just saying on my Patreon, I was like, listen, Aries season, we don't be looking back. We just be on go. A lot of us we was just on go this we was just on go, mid last month to now. We just been acting, just trying to execute things, Time is flying a little bit. Feel like time is flying a little bit during fire sign season because I feel like a lot going on, A lot of things got your attention, during fire sign seasons. And now, Mercury, this transit this week, Mercury coming into Taurus, now it helps to stabilize our thoughts, stabilize ourselves, or help us to think about the right ways to stabilize self, right? So our sons could start to take better action, on the things that we give in life to. With the sun in, we got the sun gonna move into Taurus next week. So this is the last week with the sun moving through Aries season. So we start to put a lot of conclusions. All right, you start to put a lot of conclusions on things and bring some understanding to, how we're gonna set up some type of routine, some structure, stability for what we got going on with Mercury and Taurus. All right, yeah. So real quick, y'all, influences with Mercury and Taurus. And then overall, when Mercury's transiting an Earth sign, with Taurus. Earth ain't beat around the bush type of energy, Earth it's pretty dry, reserved, it is what it is right there. It's reality, it's realistic. So this is how people are gonna be influenced to communicate. So when you're dealing with certain individuals right now, especially if they already got probably a lot of Earth placements in their chart or whatnot, anticipate other individuals feeling like they locked into what they trying to build or stabilize, because people's value system is really going to be on the mind right now. You may hear people communicating at work or in the home right now about how they dealing with their value. Just pay attention to that. Sometimes you got to know how to study the transits in your everyday life. Study the transits at work. It's a full moon. You see motherfuckers wild fighting at work. You're like, shit, this shit is really crazy. Like, you feel me? You gotta know how to see the transits play out in your life. So, with Mercury and Taurus, people pretty direct with their communication. You may hear people communicating about the people, places, and things that they value, and how these things is vibrating on a positive or negative level, what's going on in them circumstances or whatnot. The things that seem more intriguing for you to communicate about right now are things dealing with information or anything correlating to something you're building or something you value, and is like we're trying to get right to it mentally. We really don't want to, do too much besides what is it we're trying to cultivate. So, it's all going to influence everybody differently. And let's start with the square and opposition signs. All right, I'm really gonna just briefly, the square and opposition signs. So we got Scorpio, the opposition, and then we got Aquarius and Leo. All right, so with all these planets, you guys square and opposition signs, with all these planets moving into Taurus, you guys y'all the ones that gotta understand right now how to make a shift with your energy. All right, a lot of this energy is trying to get y'all to shift to being more concrete with the things that y'all may be feeling, thinking about. Because for the most part, Scorpio, the opposition sign, Aquarius and Leo and Scorpio deal with their feelings. Scorpio, most of their passions, the things they're motivated about, right? Things that they deal with transformations, all right? Things that they're intentional and goal-oriented around about in their life, Mars energy. And then we got Leo, their awareness, how they feel about their potential, their creative endeavors, their talents, how they want to express themselves, or how they feel about how they're seen, how they're projected to the world, right? And then Aquarius deal with the thoughts. It's fixed on how it deals with the thoughts, with its ideas, okay, with its logic, with its perspective, with its strategy. You guys got to be able to make that shift to now with Mercury being in Taurus. You are the sign that's going to feel friction, to have to feel like you really need to think about what you're working on from the most practical perspective and make that shit simple and make it as simple as possible. See, that's the thing about Taurus. They know how to make things simple. This is why they could be very resourceful at times. Listen, earth signs be knowing how to do things They be knowing how to you got certain signs like me, a Libra, Sagittarius, Pisces, be cleaning up the house in the most, we be sweeping the wrong way. We just sweeping like everything in a line. And then we have our mom, our grandma, somebody that come like, boy, this is not how you sweep. You like, you gotta, like that's the Taurus energy. The Taurus energy gonna come show you how to clean more simple and more effectively. You know, how you don't have to do that much work. How to season the steak better and way more neater than the way you seasoned it. You didn't have to make it that sloppy. That's like Taurus energy, you know? So earth signs got their knack of, you know, bringing that to people's life. When we talk about earth signs bringing stability to people's life, it ain't just like giving finances, being a sugar daddy, you know. Like sometimes they give stability with the way they can help people understand how to build something more efficiently, you know, with more clarity, you know, or utilize their resources better than they didn't understand that, you know, they wasn't doing it before. So that's what's going on with the earth signs. And but you know, this is what the square and opposite sign is going to be feeling the most. So with Scorpio, it's going to be a complete opposite. So Scorpio, you deal with your Mars energy, your passions, your goals, right? You deal with your fixed water. So you're fixed on the way you deal with your emotions. You don't want nobody telling you how to deal with your emotions. Your whole life path is understanding how to, you know, concentrate your own emotions and then connect with the external realm. You know, that's what you do. You know, understand how to transform the emotions. You know, understanding the how people deal with their emotions behind the scenes, deal with their subconscious behind the scenes. That's what you be knowing, you know. However, you know, when we got the opposite Mercury hitting you from an opposite perspective, Scorpio, this is going to be a time where, you know, you got to think more practical about how you deal with your passions. You don't want to just be in a state of feeling about your passions or feeling extra motivated to do something. The more practical you're able to develop a routine and structure, you know, for what you got going on. And the thing is, Mars likes to do a lot. You know, Mars likes to conquer. Mars likes to do as much work as possible in a day. Mercury opposite is going to be forcing you to learn how to work more effectively. It's going to be forcing you to learn how to work smarter and not harder, you know. And I know once you're concentrated in something, you know, shit, be impressing yourself sometimes. But you know, that's going to be like a main premise right there with Scorpio, you know, thinking about the groundwork, you know, when it comes to your passions in a more practical way. All right. Potential influences are feeling pressure to change bad habits and transform overnight. This is another big thing for Scorpios. Because you feel that pressure, that friction from Mercury across from you in Taurus, right? You more behind the scenes. Taurus is more so in the physical realm, you know, doing shit on the landscape right now, on the ground, you know, making money with the people. You behind the scenes doing your thing behind the scenes. You feel me? Mercury in Taurus gonna have you like, yo, take some of them passions and them goals, find ways to connect that some more into the external realm, you know. But the thing is, because Mercury is opposite from y'all, making y'all think about y'all passions and the things that y'all trying to cultivate right now, or the things that y'all dealing with from a transformation aspect with the emotions, your emotional well-being overall, you know, just having Mercury opposite over there, it could make you feel like the ideas that you develop, they're going to be great ideas. These are going to be ideas to help stabilize you. These are going to be ideas, ways to think about your circumstances to help bring some foundation to you. But you got to make sure you don't feel like that these things are going to work overnight. You know, understand that you're thinking about how to develop the process, you know, to help you have a positive way about how you think about things that you're working on, whatnot, you know. And people are going to be really critical about your passions. Anticipate that. Anticipate that coworker you was telling that you was about to go to the studio, make this music after work. You've been telling them that for 3 months. Like, yeah, I'm gonna work on this mixtape. You feel me? This gonna be the week that this gonna be the time they mad and knowing like, yo, what's up with that word mixtape? Like, you always they make a joke at lunch in front of everybody. Like, this nigga always saying he gonna work on his mixtape. Nigga ain't working on shit. Like, make a funny joke, whatnot, shit like that. Mercury and Taurus, because it's opposite. You gotta be able to know how to deal with that friction. With people being critical, you gotta have your slick comebacks in times like this. But you're a Scorpio, so I imagine people ain't really trying to try you like that anyways. So Scorpios be the type, you say a joke to them, you start roasting them, son. After the first joke, everybody laughing, they looking at you like, you're like, all right, that's the last joke I'm gonna get out. That's the last one. You're gonna give me a murderer look. Like, damn, like, motherfucking Scorpios, Aries can't take a joke. Aries be the opposite. Aries will really roast you at like in a non-compassionate way, like in a very inconsiderate of your emotions way. Like Aries get a little ruthless when they roast you, but y'all gonna have me go off and start talking about, all right, who's the funniest roaster in the zodiac? But so like, yeah, Scorpio, that Mercury is gonna be opposite. So much could come. Yo, my brother Ryan in the building. Speaking about Aries, one of the funniest Aries on the net right now. Y'all tap into my bro, man. But Aries is funny as hell. Y'all definitely one of the funniest signs of zodiac. But understand, Scorpio, with all these energies about to come into Taurus, a lot of things that you got going on behind the scenes, a lot of things you got going on, you got in the works, things that you feel me, that you taking steps to invest in and build and whatnot. All these planets moving into Taurus, Sun, Mercury, and whatnot, this could be a time to make so much change in your life. This would be a time to make so much change in your life. People think because the energies are square opposite, you're doomed. Like, oh shit, I'm in my opposite season, this, that, and third. Like, shit, I'm a Libra. I just got out Aries season. Like, I'm Gucci. I'm great right now. Y'all feel my energy? I'm Gucci. So it's like, you got to make sure that y'all don't just like start because people be condemning themselves and shit. Like sometimes with astrology, I be like, why do that? Who the astrology ain't teach you can use this energy? The astrology ain't teach you like just because the full moon shares in your first house, like they try to be so specific that you gonna lose something. This that, like nah. Mac, chill. You feel me? So like this could be a time, Scorpio, you could get a lot of shit changing right now because pressure makes motherfucking diamonds. You feel me? They also bust pipes too, though. And would it be an opposite? That's the time we feel the most friction throughout the year when we like in our opposite season. When we're in a square season, got a lot of planets. There's a stellium right now. Mutable signs can feel a little friction with certain things. Feel like they got to make a decision about certain things right now. They really don't. You feel me? Just because they feel the pressure, the temperament. You feel them planets hitting your planets a certain way. So Sagittarius, Virgos, and Geminis by default may feel a certain way just because there's a stellium in Pisces. Doesn't mean that necessarily this can't be a fruitful transit. It's just that you got to know how to adjust how your natural energies is like, okay, all right, I'm a Scorpio. Mercury's in Taurus. Sun going into Taurus. All right, I know I just can't be in my feelings about shit right now. I can't be in my feelings about shit right now. I got to know how to work on some shit with some routine and structure right now. I got to learn how to take the things I'm passionate right now and make sound decision about how I'm gonna deal with them instead of hovering on them and feeling on them for so long and then losing opportunities to do what I want to do. You feel me? This goes into anything, relationships, creative endeavors, things within the job field, Scorpio. So these are influences to start preparing yourself for. Now, the more you're able to think from a stable perspective, practical perspective, about your value system, and by default, Scorpio, you 8th house energy, you deal with desires. So desires can lead you to bad habits a lot of the time. Just being a Scorpio, you can have a lot of bad habits just by default, and this energy is going to have you analyze that shit because Taurus deal with your value system. It's going to start having you analyze how your bad habits correlate to things that you got going on with career, how you making money, your relationships, this, that, and the third. So use this energy to, to learn from that opposite sign and gain some more stability, more foundation, what you got going on right now, Scorpio. Could be a real fruitful time. It really comes down to like concentration and allowing people, allowing yourself not really to get discouraged by how other people influences affect what you're doing. That's going to be very important as well. Like I said, when Mercury squaring opposing you being a Scorpio, Aquarius, or Leo by default, y'all naturally up for criticism right now. Y'all naturally up for being like critiqued a lot. Everybody want to be motherfucking Simon Cowell, whatever that nigga name. Everybody's American Idol judging your life now. You feel me? It was like, where was y'all when I said I wanted to YouTube, do this, that, and the third, work here, start this job, do that? I've been talking about this for a little bit for a while. Why y'all care so much now? It's that type of energy, a square opposite sign. So that's like boom, what Scorpio got going on, and then the square signs, Aquarius and Leo. So Aquarius, this is what I got going on for Aquarius. You're fixed air. So, you're the strategist. You have ideas. You out your feelings. You up here with it. You don't like when this affects that. That's how much you up here with there. You up here so much with it that when you start feeling this a lot, you're like, nah, I got to use this to fix this. And sometimes that's not always the case. Sometimes you filter this by just feeling this, allowing yourself to just feel this. Sometimes it ain't. That's what air signs, earth signs, motherfuckers got to realize. But when it comes to Aquarius, you like the catalyst, you the leader for a lot of the talk about emotional detachment or whatnot, and it's not that you're detached in the way that you just can't feel things. You feel, but your mind is that powerful enough to, kind of move energy a little bit. But you always, unless it gets directed into something, you always got feelings and emotions in your subconscious, in your 8th house. Unless it got filtered into something, all you really did is move it somewhere else in your space, in your vessel. That's all you really did. You feel me? So you got to understand if you got a habit of doing that. And with Aquarius, because y'all up here with it, so much creative ideas, really intelligent individuals, right? With Mercury and Taurus, this energy, Taurus is more so about, once again, things being concrete. Mercury, things got to get written in stone moving into Taurus season. Things got to get written to stone. And when I say written to stone, you have more concrete actions and how you apply yourself with these ideas, with the way you may think about things. Taurus, you're an air sign, so you're cooperative and relatable, but Taurus energy is relatable too. But this might be because it's a square, this may be a season, you got to learn how to listen some more, learn from other people a little bit more, and how to study other individuals. But I'm saying more so if you're in situations dealing with other individuals in your relationships, it may be times where it's like, all right, we know your idea, this, that, and the third seems pretty good, this, that, and the third, but let's just make sure we consider what's going on, this, that, and the third. You may meet them little clashes here and there in different environments you may be in. But overall, though, when it comes to your personal ideas, things that you be in your head about, Aquarius, I know y'all be in your head about a whole lot of shit. All these energies moving into Taurus is gonna want you to, start taking action through a new filtered value system. You got all these ideas, but how do they affect what you value, and what do you have in cemented that's helping you manifest what is it that you're trying to bring into fruition with what you value, So Mercury, the thing about Aquarius, you are an air sign, so Earth energy does, logic, practicality, they damn near cousins, okay? So, and Mercury deals with the thoughts. Mercury resonates with like air energy, but when it comes to the things that you're trying to stabilize, Aquarius, which you're a Saturn influenced sign, so Saturn deal with stability. That's something you're thinking about by default. So Mercury and Taurus is going to show you how to tweak a lot of things. Mercury and Taurus is just going to show you, how the things that you're valuing now actually take away from these bright ideas you have. You may have some real bright ideas about something, Aquarius, but you valuing some whole other shit that ain't got shit to do with nothing. And now you're gonna start feeling it around Taurus season, like, damn, I'm the smartest motherfucker I know, the smartest people in my clique. People tell me I'm the smartest person, this, that, and the third. But shit, I'm feeling like real heavy, intense energy to have this start to cultivate into something physical, something that's tangible in some type of shape or form. All right. Within the career area, maybe a lot of different perspectives you start to develop about things going on in the career field, but once again, value system comes into people, places, and things. Okay, so clearing up, filtering your value system, Aquarius, to help support beautiful ideas that you already have on the regular. All right, and also your value system within people, because you're an air sign. So, because you're an air sign, this energy, and it's a square. You're gonna be in situations where you're gonna be one of the main signs, looking at people in your life and like, damn, our values do not add up. Or like, damn, I really value this person. I didn't realize how much we actually do have in common, how much we really do understand each other. These are the realizations you finna make this next month and a half and shit. You feel me? So, that's what I got going on for my Aquarius right there. Now, Leos, all right. Right now, I said I got written down, becoming more of an executive over your life, Leo. You know, so a lot of times your talents and creative abilities are just things that you deal with how you express yourself, manifest all different type of opportunities, you know, whether it's your social status, how you're known, reputation, people that you know, whatever, things that you notoriety you may have in your given field or whatnot. But, you know, with Mercury moving into Taurus, the relationship Taurus and Leo have, they're both very creative. You know, Taurus is very motherfucking creative. You know, that's why they kind of thrive when it comes to like makeup and cosmetics and hair. Like they does that realm. They does that realm. I ain't gonna hold you. I know ladies, you got makeup artists. Yeah, the person that do your makeup, do your hair, your nails. I know if they're Taurus, I know they be having your ass right. I know you won't be wanting to go nobody else. You be mad when you, damn, I got vacation. They booked up. Hey, yo, look, I pay you extra 50 cash. Like, come to my crib. I got an extra 150 for you. If you come to my crib tonight, please. I'm going to Cabo on Thursday. You know, so Taurus going to get you right, you know. But when we look at Taurus and Leo energy, they both creative as hell. It's just that Taurus may look at Leo like they not as stable because it's fire. Leo may look at Taurus like, motherfucker, you too stable. You too slow for me. Now, that's what they learn from each other. You know, this is the energy you about to start experiencing and encountering, Leo. A lot of the things you got going on, you're going to start, you know, the imagination, the imagery of it is going to always be vivid because that's the energy you stay in, you know, or the energy you try to maintain, the natural energy you try to maintain as a Leo. But when it gets into Mercury and these energies and Taurus hit it, it's going to be a lot of realizations to have made about, you know, how your value system and how you deal with responsibilities, priorities, and organizing support the things that you created with, things that you're good with or whatnot. When it comes to how you feel about things, there's going to be a lot of circumstances during these transits, these Mercury and Taurus, including these other energies that's entering Taurus, the sun in Taurus. There's going to be a lot of times that you got to get out your feelings about how you personally feel about something in order to work on something efficiently. You know, Leos, y'all be holding on to some shit. Y'all be holding on to some shit too. Fixed signs, all the fixed signs got their ways. They kind of they stubborn ways. All the fixed signs got their stubborn ways. Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, and Taurus. The most stubborn signs. Those probably the most 4 stubborn signs in the zodiac right there. Let me see. Honorable mention Aries. So y'all tell me. So when we look at Leo energy, there's gonna be times there that, you know, you just may have you're allowing yourself to stay in your emotions about something that done transpired already, and it's affecting what you could be working on and stabilizing right now. It could be situations right now, Leo, that you holding your creativity back because you're allowing yourself to have your way of feeling about your circumstances. I feel like I shouldn't be in this circumstance. I feel like I deserve better in this relationship, or I feel like I should have this position at work, or I should be making this much type of money cause what? Cause Leo. Now Mercury and Taurus is gonna be like, shit, there's a whole bunch of shit that you're capable of using to get you in to change your reality, earth, your circumstances. That's what Mercury and Taurus and the sun and Taurus gonna help you do. And it's like, we gotta learn how to monetize all this Leo shit. We gotta learn how to stabilize it. You know, we gotta learn how to get more practical, more organized, how we structure our creative essence. What we have awareness about how we could utilize it to build more stability and security. It's gonna be a lot of y'all Leos having to understand how to really, because we give Leos so much praise about how they deal with creative expression, you know, their creativity, this, that, and the third. But at the same time, you know, is an Achilles heel and weakness with every zodiac sign when it comes to our powers, you know. And a lot of the time, sometimes Leos have to learn that they can't half-ass what they want to be seen for. You just want to be seen as the rapper on Instagram. Fuck them likes, and you just want likes. Do you just want likes and comments, or you want this to be your career and your brand, Leo? This is what Mercury and the sun and Taurus gonna have, the influences y'all gonna be picking up right now. You know, So it could be a lot of things a lot of beautiful transitions y'all make in the next month and a half when it comes to things with career, how y'all utilize y'all creative attributes for more practical sense, how y'all learn how to be patient when it comes to things that y'all execute, not wanting to see results over a day. That's a thing that Mercury and Taurus is going to be helping all of us with, understanding that we cannot, everything we gave life to in every season, we were so excited about it. We were so excited about new beginnings, and we excited as shit about new beginnings and new cycles right now. Mercury and Taurus start hitting you with that. All right, y'all had y'all fun, right? Okay. Now, the sun go get into Mercury. Got our mind on how we need to work on things and the nicer, finer things in life. Then the sun gonna start putting some light on that. You're gonna start seeing everybody else that's getting a bunch of money, having a bunch of fun and shit. You're like, what the fuck? It's something I got to tweak in my value system to have the life that I deserve, the reality that I deserve. Taurus, another one that made me feeling like that sometimes. I deserve this. Like, you feel me? It's like, no, you just didn't take advantage of some of your powers. Now you feeling a little salty. That's what it is, Taurus. But overall though, that's like the influences you're gonna catch, Leo. That's the influence you're gonna catch right there. Like, damn, I need to stabilize my greatness. I do care about likes a little bit too much. I do care about who's watching my stories a little bit too much, instead of how much people actually streaming the music. You check how much people are sharing your motherfucker. We need the streams. We need the YouTube views. That's where the money is at. That's how Taurus thinking. Like, why you just care about Instagram? Let's get it everywhere. Let's make the most money possible. Let's maximize your creativity, your awareness, what you know. There's not a time to condense what you experience with Leo, and all these energies moving in Taurus is going to have you either being able to think about valuing yourself in a more positive light, or taking things you do value about yourself that you the shit with, that that you could use to potentially, change or manifest certain things, circumstances in your life. But these Taurus energies is going to help you. Like, if you really want to do it, this the process. If you really want to do it, this the plan we should follow. This the routine. This the patience we got to have doing it. Because you be just wanted that shit to, Leo too be wanting that shit to happen overnight. So that's, keep in mind right there, Leo. All right. And when it comes to relationships, Leos, it's going to be a time to deal with more cooperation. All right. If that's the case, it's going to be a time to deal with more cooperation and understand Leos and Aquarius and Scorpios. Once again, you guys are people, you are on the stage to be critiqued right now. Just with this friction. Taurus, this is about to be your time to shine, Taurus. So Mercury's coming into Taurus. So yeah, you're going to be under the scope a little bit more. People talking about y'all a little bit more. That's why all them signs, all the fixed signs, y'all can't be caring about how people think about you, things you hear people say about you. You could find yourself in the midst of conversation, gossip, whatever, with Mercury hitting y'all the way it's hitting y'all. Taurus, it's about to be your time to shine, Taurus. You got to be the one holding it down to everybody and showing us how to value what we got going on in our life, how to stabilize things the right way, right? How to make sound decisions when it comes to people, places, and things that we value. So Mercury just made his way into Taurus, you feel me? So you about to evolve with the way that you even think about this with your own self, how you think about your own value system, you feel me? And then a bunch of new ideas is about to flood you when it comes to how you deal with gaining stability, making money, how to scale up, a bunch of positive new ways to think about things that L's you probably just took recently, things that changed in your relationship or whatnot. Because I know when you concentrated and fix on something, you don't go into it expecting that shit to change. That's why Taurus is real sound when they start things, because they're looking at things from a long-term perspective. So things that y'all have been dealing with that didn't go y'all way, that y'all was looking at from a long-term perspective, listen, man, all these energies about to come in your constellation. Mercury, Sun is about to develop all the awareness and positive ways to look at these circumstances for you to understand these was just lessons and things to help you evolve. All right, that's a given. That's a fact. Big self-esteem boost coming into this house, but we need y'all to be the examples for everybody else, so we not running around like chickens with our head cut off during Taurus season. Y'all gonna be the example. All right, just like Aries is the example right now. But IG, I got the timer on. I'm gonna be finished this. Moving on to the Earth signs, Trine signs, and finishing this live stream on YouTube. IG. All right, y'all. The Trine signs. Where my water signs at? What's the Trine signs? Excuse me. I'm thinking about sextile signs. Earth signs. My Caps and my Virgos. Where my Caps and my Virgs at? It's about to be a litty time for the Earth signs. It's about to be a nice time for the Earth signs. All right. Damn. Like, what's up with these gadgets and gadgets right now? I'm just trying to post my why IG always extra. Full breakdown on YouTube. All right, there we go. There we go. For sure. For sure. All right, so Trine signs, Virgos, Capricorns. So look, man, we got Mercury moving into Taurus. So it's gonna hit all my Virgos and Capricorns from a real harmonious space. Okay, Taurus moon, I'm a hairstylist and a salon owner. Look at you. Look at him. Look at you. Look at him. Energy never lie. Energy never lie. Energy never lie. So, when energies are trining you, these energies are naturally supporting things that you already naturally do, right? So you're already earth energy. You already deal with practicality, common sense, stabilizing, taking your time with things, getting to the bag, foundation, career, structure, stability. Capricorn, Virgo, that's your thing. And now with Mercury moving into Taurus, y'all having this energy hit y'all from a positive alignment. So now y'all are the ones that's gonna be also looked at, as the natural examples by default. Besides Taurus, y'all gonna be the next ones in line looked at as examples on how to deal with being practical right now, how to deal with being more stabilized, how to take our time with things right now, how to value the right things, how to understand how what we value and affects what we want for career stability, or how to gain more security, build more foundation in our lives. Like, y'all the next ones in line. Y'all gonna be the ones that's gonna manifest situations, in your relationship or with y'all siblings and family members, and y'all the one telling them like, hey man, you said you want to build and do this and the third. If we keep doing that, I don't know how that's gonna help support that. A lot of y'all about to be in those type positions, right? A lot of y'all gonna be in positions to be able to give people the right information, Mercury, the right information, the right way to think about helping build stability in their life, construct things, okay? And now when we look at how it affects you, it's more of an evolved way of how you think about these things. All right. So, with Capricorns, finding more, having more of a concentrated way of dealing with your blueprint, your cardinal earth. So Taurus is fixed earth.
So Taurus is about having that earth energy in motion, consistent, right? Having the value system, the garden, having that flowing, having that growing, the process after planting the seed, you are the blueprint. So now that we're moving into Taurus season, there's going to be a lot of things that you may have started, Capricorn. There may be a lot of things that, you may have been influenced during Aries season to put more energy into, put more of a spark into, right? Put more of your emphasis into. You have a blueprint, but this was a time for you to put more energy building it up, if you're a YouTuber recording more videos, you're a content creator making more content, if you're dealing with some entrepreneurship work, Capricorn, you really felt that Mars push from Aries this season because it was a square, to put more pep in your step. You have the structure now. Put the gas to it. Now, with energies moving into, Taurus and Mercury moving into Taurus, this energy is going to help you be able to stay concentrated on what you created. As a cardinal sign, you don't want to keep having to be in a state where you feel like you always got to add on. This is a state to actually keep things in motion right now, Capricorn, with what you're building. Moving into Taurus season, and Mercury being in Taurus right now, there's a bunch of new perspectives and details, to be developed about what you got going on at work, about what you're working on right now. There's going to be a bunch of new ways to work smarter, not harder. And this is going to be a time where a lot of the things, the ideas that you had to implement to help build your brand, your business, what you got going on in a career, how you're trying to establish more foundation in life. A lot of the things, ideas that do work that you ain't get a chance to maximize, take advantage of, super experiment with, these are things that's going to be ringing right now, with Mercury, because once again, Mercury give the ideas, Mercury help the mind, keep the mind stimulated. So earth signs got to make sure that, you stay a little, you're going to be grounded. That's your natural energy. But, I want to say balance, because right now the mind could just be, everything's about security, stability, priorities. You don't want to be too tense around this time, even though you're going to have a strong intuition on what you need to do to help you build more stability, Capricorn. And then, Virgo, you're mutable right now. So this is a time, once again, for you to not be so, to help find more consistency with certain things that you want to do. You're able to be you're a quick learner, and you're intelligent as hell on its own. But around this time with Mercury getting the Taurus, yeah, you're already your Earth like Taurus, and Mercury's your ruler. All right. So when it comes to your value system, you're going to be real critical about these things, and you're going to find yourself being more encouraged, to make certain decisions right now, Virgo, to help support your value system. Things that you may have been trying to work and fix right now, or you've been, whether it's a relationship, whether it's something else that you've been working on or trying to fix, and it's really taking time away or energy away from how you deal with your mental well-being, your physical, your whole shit, your emotional well-being and whatnot, and what you're trying to stabilize with your goals and aspirations. These are things that you're going to have way more conviction to, detach from or restrict right now, because you're going to be picking up on what is it that goes against these things, getting away from the things you want to have in your routine and in your whatnot. And you're going to feel the energy from Mercury and all these Taurus energies to put things into a consistent motion. All right. So that's going to be a energy for Capricorns and Virgos that, a lot of things can come into fruition. It could be a lot of new opportunities right now. It could be a lot of new opportunities just dealing with all these energies entering Taurus, but you can put yourself in a position to manifest more stability, security, or take what you're working on from point A to B or into the next level by trying to really hold on to that sense of concentration, keeping something in motion, not changing it right now. That's the thing about Taurus season. We don't want to be super changey right now or wishy-washy in Taurus season, right? So Mercury in Taurus starts to stabilize the mind this last week in Aries. Like, all right, y'all, put your last aspirations in the air. We gotta really strap the seatbelt now, getting into Taurus and making sure we could, deal with the process these next 30 days to see how things go out, how things, certain results, give our chance to see results with things, right? Understand how to tweak our schedule and routine instead of trying to, give it time to even see what is it to change before, changing everything at the start. You know, sometimes we're trying to have the perfect start, and then you just want to get started. So that's what this Aries season was for, once again. So that's what we got going on with Virgos and Capricorn. You know, Virgos, once again, it's going to be a time like details that you've been picking up about your relationship, about what's going on in your work, how you're valued or not in your job or career, or how you're dealing with how much you're personally valuing what you bring to the table within career, or what you do, what you got going on in your life, how you feel valued or appreciated. The mind is going to have you, and Taurus is going to put you in a place like, yo, I got too much information or know too much to stop sleeping on myself and not have what I need to have in motion. You know, so it could be a real nice push coming from Taurus, from my Capricorns and Virgos. Now, the neighbor signs, Aries and Gemini, these energies, Aries, you know, still your birthday. Happy birthday, all my Aries. Let's not get it twisted. Still, my bad, Aries. You know, happy birthday, Aries. But with all that being said, you know, when these energies start to shift into Taurus, when Mercury is moving into Taurus, now you just analyzed your personal circumstances. You found new ideas, new information, possibly new guidance towards things dealing with what you're personally working on, personally invested in, right? Your passions, your goals. And now with Mercury moving into Taurus, you're going to be picking up energies of understanding how to concentrate that, you know. Aries, this is going to be a time for you to understand how to deal with pace. You know, Mercury and Taurus is going to help you to pace, but it's your neighbor sign. So you're going to be able to see examples in left field. You may just manifest being around somebody around this time that it actually helps to ground you, help you be more stable, helps add more detail to something you're doing beyond what Mercury already did transiting Aries, because it's still next door. All right. So that's very important, Aries. The ability to concentrate on some of the things that you know you're charged up about, that you brought, that's being you know put in the air right now. Okay. And you know, it may be a time for you to understand how to deal with some sort of critique, maybe, you know, some type of shape or form, understanding that there's different ways to react towards being in a position to be critiqued in some type of shape or form. Aries, understanding how to deal with that, you know. But once again, a lot of these things that you got going on that's going to be on the mind during this time, you're going to have examples around you and an evolved way of even thinking about it overall, because Mercury just came out of Aries when it comes to things that you're personally invested into or you got going on or whatnot. So yeah, that's how it plays out with the neighbor sign when you're next door. You know, that energy just came out of your constellation, so you just revamped yourself with that energy, with how you think about things that you got going on, you know, from yourself, how you analyze self, you know. And now Mercury is in Taurus, is like, all right, next door, now I got to learn how to, you know, keep some concentration on the things that I value. Tap in, connect to the people, places, and things that help me stabilize things, and not neglect being able to cooperate or work with other individuals or what other people can actually offer or teach me around this time. So you're another one, Aries, that want to be able to learn a lot from other individuals. All right. Now, Gemini. All right. So Gemini, Mercury's in Taurus next door. So now you're Gemini, you deal with the mind. This is your ruler. You feel me? Your ruler's next door. So it's getting ready to enter you make its return to get revitalized in its home state. All right. And when it's in you deal with relationships in the mind, Gemini. So with Mercury being right next door in Taurus, this is giving you a chance to get organized and structured with certain things that you want to do, navigating your relationships. This chance is about to provide a lot of information on realistic ways to look at your relationships, because that's the thing, Gemini. You can have a lot of perspectives, a lot of thoughts about things going on in your relationships. But sometimes you could think yourself out the right way to be probably looking at your relationships because you have too many thoughts. So Mercury in Taurus helps to stabilize the mind before it gets into your sign, back into your sign, and you're able to, you know, manifest more opportunity because Mercury's in your Geminis. You feel me? So now you're even more on the stage to be seen as somebody communicating, relating your ideas. People OD want to hear your ideas way more. You manifest opportunities based off your knowledge, information, and whatnot. But before we get into that type of vibe, Mercury transit in Taurus is like, yo, Gemini, what are we stabilizing and keeping in motion during until when is Mercury going to be in? Mercury's going to be in Taurus until I think May 20. 9th. Wrote it down somewhere. Yeah, until the 29th of this month. Excuse me. So, no, I'm bugging out. Yeah, May 29th. Yeah, so, with matter of fact, hold on. Yeah, until the end of this month. I know I ain't. I know I ain't tripping. Okay, yeah, to the end of this month. Yeah, so to the 29th. So, where we at? Who we talking about? Gemini. So, yes, this is giving you a chance to understand how to look at relationships from a more practical perspective before getting to your solar cycle, whatnot. There's going to be a lot of new ideas about the people you relate yourself with and your current your current prior intimate relationship. There's going to be new perspective on how to look at the things that you say you value, the people, places, and things that you value, Gemini. And a lot of these things are the ideas you're going to be developing around a lot of these things. You're going to be seeing examples because it's next door. So you're going to be manifesting examples in your life where you're seeing how other people are making certain decisions to deal with either people a certain way to help support their value system, or you're just going to be seeing the way people think about certain things that they value that's going to put into perspective how you should be thinking about certain people, places, and things that you value, But because you're air, obviously a lot of this is going to come into how you analyze things going on with your relationships. Okay, so that's very important from that aspect. But there's going to be a lot of realizations to make around a lot of people about the people that you deal with that is going to put you in a space where it's going to be pretty vivid to see how you being less accessible or you making a certain decision or putting yourself in a certain environment around certain people or away from certain people is going to be around this time. It's going to be very vivid because it's next door to see why that would be a real positive decision to make. It's not going to be something you're going to be on the fence about with all these energies moving into Taurus. All right. But as the neighbor sign, that's how that comes out. Gemini, you need to be more, you got to be more settled right now. You got to be more settled. All right. And I'm air, Gemini. So like I said, air, we deal with thoughts. So we overwhelm ourselves with the way we think about things. And around this time, you don't want to be moving without a purpose, Gemini. Because by the time these energies get into your sign, you could have a lot of things, a lot of momentum, a lot of things going, and a lot of new opportunities manifest with all these energies transiting Gemini. But when especially your ruler, Mercury and the sun moving up in there, but to get through this Taurus transit, there has to be some sense of order. There has to be some sense of order, Gemini. But how you communicate, dealing with pace as well. That's two things, Aries and Gemini, that the neighbor signs got to learn to deal with now that we're talking about it. Pace, and patience. Those are two things the neighbor signs can learn from Taurus. Two things Taurus is be trying to teach Aries and Gemini. And Gemini, you got to be careful how you communicate right now. You really want to, allow yourself to be in a communicative environments with people who relate to the things that you think about and communicate about, because, with people having Mercury and Taurus right now, sometimes the way your ability to spew out ideas and different critiques about things could start to seem like you just chatting, because people are more so focused about things that's more serious, more concrete, things dealing with, things dealing with because people got their mind on what they value and whatnot. So, you got to be real. You have to have discernment about how you go about giving people information, helping people who you listening to around this time, Gemini, because you naturally, your whole life is communication, whether you're giving it out or you're receiving it. You're attracting and manifesting that. That's just what it is. All right. But around this time, Mercury and Taurus, people want to feel more of the stableness in how you communicate things. So you just want to have more discernment how you communicate, exercise, communicating with more purpose, moving with more of a purpose. Okay, the sextile signs, Pisces and Cancer. All right, sextile signs, Pisces and Cancer. So when we look at the sextile signs, these are the energies that's going to be hitting the harmonious energy, all right, 60 degrees away. All right, so first we got Cancer. Cancer's cardinal order ruled by the moon. All right, so Cancer, I love this energy for you guys because, you know, Mercury and Taurus is going to help us to think about our value system. And with you being in the position you're in the sextile, this is going to provide an energy for you to think about how you allow yourself to deal with your emotional stability, how it affects your value system. All right, so let's say you really value something you're trying to manifest in career. You're going to realize how other things, that other relationships, other issues, circumstances in your life that make you feel away, you can start realizing how that shit affect what you really value and how it affects your action towards it. So Mercury and Taurus is going to help you to start, you know, naturally, how to help you understand how to filter through your emotions to think about these things with more clarity, right? And that ultimately is going to lead into you making more sound decisions to support things that you value. Being able to get out your emotions and make sound decisions with this person that you value, but they probably doing you dirty in a negative way or something, you feel me? But because you was too much in the feel of it, you know, now Mercury and Taurus help you to think about situation more realistically, more practically, and encourage you to, once again, to make decisions outside of your emotions. Okay, there's going to be a lot of things dealing with how you you know, things that you're connected to. You know, you may develop a lot of critique about well, not necessarily critique, because this is a sextile. Once again, yeah, this is a sextile. So you may find yourself developing a whole new bunch of thoughts, ideas, and perspectives about things that you're connected to, Cancer. All right, because you're the moon source. You're the moon source. So there's a lot of things going on with connection and you pouring in and nurturing something. This energy is going to help you understand, have you been nurturing and pouring into things outside your value system, Cancer? Because if you have, Mercury and Taurus about to get you right back in check. Mercury and Taurus about to get you right back in check. And you're going to feel that. So you're going to feel this strong shift within this time right now. Today, tomorrow, you're going to start feeling the shift to start, you know, allowing yourself not to soak in your emotions about certain things and start thinking about things from a more practical way in order to support the people, places, and things that you do value and you do appreciate and do value and appreciate you, in order to make what you're trying to connect to more fruitful. But this is definitely a time to see if the people, places, and things you're connecting to, is it something that you're overindulging into, to see how, so it helps you to filter your you know, your value system, and also helping you to you know, build more of an analysis on, you know, how you deal with your emotional well-being overall, and be more stable mentally through regardless of how, you know, things may be draining on the spirit emotionally. People may be relying on you so much, you know, you feel heavy responsibility from others as a Cancer, you know, emotional dependent and whatnot. This Mercury helps to stable your thoughts, think about these things in a more optimistic light, to start to help you lift burdens off the heart chakra. All right. And this is definitely a time, Cancer, when it comes into your creative endeavors, your, you know, your aspirations, personal aspirations and goals and whatnot, you know, the things you're trying to bring into fruition. This is going to be a time where Mercury and Taurus is going to be reconfirming, like, yo, this ain't a time for we don't, like, you're going to feel universe telling you, we're not here, even though it's Taurus season and we're here to deal with the value system. We don't want to spend all this time trying to get you to value, to remember why you're good at this, and that. We want you to pay more attention to all the things you could be doing to work on the things that you value. You know, you created with this, Cancer. You know, you got wisdom about this, Cancer. You know, all it takes is some belief and a strong emotional intent, and something could come into fruition. That Mercury and Taurus is like, yo, pay attention to how we could build it, to this idea and plan to build it. And now it's going to be a real harmonious connection with you being able to vividly pick up on what people, places, and things need to be filtered out your value system, you know, that you may have been connected to, that you may have cared about a little too much, you know, or negative things you may have been caring about too much that affect your value system. This is a time, you know, for you to make a whole, to evolve from all of that, and think about these things with more in a more vivid way. Now, Pisces. So Pisces, Neptune, Jupiter up in Pisces right now. You got Venus transit in Pisces right now. So what a time to be alive, right? And you know, right now, Pisces, like I said, you know, you're one of the main signs that feel like there ain't no ceilings, ain't no limits for real, and you're actually manifesting a lot of confirmation again during this time to remind you what is it your experience. So if you got wisdom with your intuition is trying to in your relationships and people that you deal with in your life right now, Pisces, a lot going on to confirm your intuition that like, yo, like, you know, you're not being appreciated, valued in the relationship, or like, yo, stop overthinking what's going on in this relation. This person ain't doing nothing wrong, Pisces. Like, they good. Like stop taking that red flag stop taking that situation from your past relationship to the situation in this situation. So, you know, this is the time right now, you know, Pisces, things that you're feeling heavy on or things that you're very excited and feel a strong potential that it could manifest into something really big. You know, Mercury and Taurus is helping you understand, like, Pisces, I want you to dream big. I want you to dream as much as possible, but I want you to pay attention to these plans and this way of structuring and organizing and working towards them things. I want you to pay attention to all the tools and resources and connections you have in the physical realm that could help, you know, pour into what you're trying to create. Mercury, all these energies moving into Taurus is about to start, you know, providing a lot of opportunities for you to get things popping in the physical realm with things that you're dealing with on a creative aspect, you know, Pisces, especially business, career. When it comes to relationships, Mercury and Taurus, once again, is going to help you to get out your emotions, get out possible illusions, because like I was kind of talking about Neptune and Jupiter earlier, it could have us in illusion land. But when we look at you, Pisces, you being the sign, you being a Pisces and all these energies in your sign, you could be the main one right now, Pisces. All these energies, Venus, Neptune, Jupiter, you have a lot of access to things dealing with your fantasies, things dealing with when you feel good, what you like, what you love. You have a lot of access towards these things. So Mercury and Taurus is going to start helping you to understand, like, okay, like let's look at that situation a realistic point of view, or, you know, let's come back down to reality and make more sense of the things that we're creatively gifted with, or the things that we have a lot of belief in. So, but Cancer and Pisces, these are both sextiles, so this can manifest a lot of opportunities. A lot of opportunities can manifest around this time. You guys want to stay concentrated on how you're working on and what you're working on. You know, what you're working on needs your nurture, needs your water, needs your vibe, needs you to pour into that. You know, and Mercury and Taurus is going to continue to filter out things that you don't things that you don't need to be pouring into, you know. Now, lastly, the in conjunction signs, all right? In conjunction signs, aka the almost opposite signs, all right? And that's Sagittarius and Libra. All right, so we know when we're dealing with in conjunction alignments, they're the almost opposite, you know. So we have a minor friction here. So we have a minor friction here. And you know, first with Libra. So avatars, I mean, it's Mercury. So I'm curious. Oh, you about to be in your vibes. We about to be in your vibes, Lauren. You know, you got Taurus Sun, you know, Venus and Mercury. We about to have the Sun and Mercury in this space. So there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to be coming to a realization about yourself. You know, you're going to feel the need to be harder on yourself with the fact that you have certain knowledge and wisdom and experience doing certain things in your life, because you know the harder you're on yourself and the more strict you are on yourself with understanding what more the critique you're going to have of yourself, that's going to help you to propel you forward. You know, it's your solar return. There's going to be a lot of things that you could put into the light. There's going to be a lot of things that you could express, new opportunities you can manifest by putting things into the light. So, you know, it's going to be a great period. But now, the in conjunction sign. So Libra. So first, Libra. When we look at Libra is already a Venus ruled sign. You know, that's one thing they have in common. Venus. This is the masculine side of Venus, while Mercury's in the feminine side of Venus in Taurus. So when we get to Libra, Libra deal with relationships, how it deals with its value system within relationships, how it balances its individuality with its relationships and others in the external realm. So with Mercury being in Taurus, this is going to hit Libras from a perspective where Libras, you're going to have to understand how to, you know, be more stable as well amongst not just, you know, being bumped and influenced by what other people got going on. Aries energy was helping you understand how to build that strengthen that individual muscle, that individual personal set intention muscle, right? Aries season been exercising the hell out that muscle the whole season. But Mercury and Taurus now is gonna be like, all right, Libra, we gotta pinpoint what people place in the things we've been valuing, how much value we what we just gave life to, and how we structured our individuality, how we put ourselves in a position to keep that stable and not allow our relationships to make that waver, how to build more stronger values within our relationship. Mercury and Taurus is going to be influencing that. How to build more stronger values about how you deal with relationships, how you conduct yourself in relationships, how much you're willing to compromise in relationships. If you've been too passive in a certain energy, Mercury and Taurus gonna make you feel like you need to communicate things to be more fair in this sense, to change the reality and the stability of a relationship, So, there's gonna be a time where a lot of the things that Aries season was forcing you to be more individual and take more initiative with, there's gonna be a time with Mercury, it's gonna be a time where when it comes into your relationships, you're going to feel the pressure to kind of be more cutthroat or be more straightforward about, what intentions you have with what you got going on with the people around you. I'm not just talking about an intimate way, like allowing yourself to be around people with a purpose and allowing yourself to be around people with a purpose in order to bring you closer to manifesting relationships and opportunities around people who correlate to your value system. All right. Because Libra, you can value something as a Libra because you're a Libra, Venus, you deal with your value system as well. But because you're a Libra, a lot of times you're open to, making connections and being harmonious with different individuals, and just relating, period. So sometimes you can have yourself a little bit a part of everything, a little bit sometimes, trying to balance everything. And Mercury and Taurus is like, hey, listen, Libra, all right? You got to put more concentration into how you're stabilizing, how you build your value system. And I'm sure your relationships will start to reflect. But let's not do an outside looking in. Use Mercury and Taurus, to help you make a better critique or analysis about how your relationships affect your value system. But don't overly exert yourself trying to make things happen within your relationships. Put that energy into how you personally build and stabilize something. All right. Then things dealing with your relationships will play itself out. Now, and Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. So my Saggies, when we look at your energy, your Jupiter energy, your fire, so you're expressive, you circulate your fire, you live to circulate your fire, your awareness, your philosophy, your belief system. And with Mercury entering Taurus, this is a time for you to stabilize your fire. This is a time for you to take a lot of the things that you've been charged up about during this fire season, right? Because the sun is hitting you real nice right now, right? But when we look at this season and the vibes you're in, as far as being more intentional about taking initiative, creating, and utilizing your knowledge and wisdom as a tool. Now, when we get to Mercury and Taurus, this energy is helping you to think about, how to build more of an efficient routine and foundation to support, what is it that, you being influenced to give a spark to, give life to right now. And the thing is, Sagittarius, a lot of y'all right now, y'all are dealing with a lot of things that you're experienced with already. So it ain't about is you creative with it. It ain't about is you experienced with it, right? It ain't about if you can go ahead and just start your own business, start your own law firm or whatnot. You already been a lawyer for like 15 years. You already it ain't about if you ain't got the experience. It's more so about you have a high, you are a sign that can see the big potential of things and don't like putting limits and ceilings on things, Sag. You're one of the signs. You're one of the signs that you're one of the top signs that's inspirational to other people to look past their limits and believe and have faith, right? But Mercury and Taurus is gonna put you in a state where we want Sagittarius. Universe is gonna want Sagittarius to have some type of structure so we could see what what you really believe come in harmony, you know, with some sort of some sense of practicality, you know, with some sense of foundation. Okay, so like I said, it ain't about if you experience with it, if you created with it or not. Sag, you already know that. You already know that, you know, and you know you're a quick learner too. Even if you're diving into something new and you got into something brand new during Aries season, you know, Mercury and Taurus are going to be developing. It's going to be trying to push your mind to pay attention to all the things to help stabilize and keep your goals and creative essence in the container. Keep that thing that you really believe in the container. Right? And this is a time to deal with more. It's going to be a great time to manage finances better, your time management, your schedule, Sag. All right, because this is not a season. This is not the season that you want to be chaotic and too reckless or whatnot or too unorganized, because it could backfire a whole lot during this season, you know, and that's for anybody. But, you know, Sag, I know your energy, you know, you like to move. Sometimes you like to stay in the same place, you know, something you like to experience, you know, like to get the breath of fresh air. You like to go take a walk. I'm staying in the house all day. You ain't got nothing to do, but I still got to go take a walk. Go to the store. But overall, Sag, yes, there's gonna be a time where you're gonna be manifesting new ideas on how to keep something concentrated and stabilized, you know, and you're gonna manifest circumstances that where universe may play some tricks on you right now. It may be something you have a lot of belief and faith in, and you're gonna keep manifesting circumstances where universe is like, you have all the belief and the faith in the world. If you don't devote yourself to that written on paper plan, or how you structure something, or how you gonna consistently work on something with, you know, some type of order, yeah, all that faith and belief, because it really ain't gonna do too much. It can't take you to the next level. You need to put all the ingredients together. So Sagittarius, you can manifest a lot of them situations right now. You want to make sure you're more paced and take your time communicating with other individuals right now. You don't want to talk yourself into certain situations right now. Give yourself time to digest, to make decisions. Sagittarius and Libras, this goes for both of you. I'm going to wrap this up with this, guys. Sagittarius and Libras, make sure you guys understand you don't also need to make decisions like this. Give yourself time to process things, all right? Give yourself time to mentally process certain things when it comes to certain decisions you feel like you need to make. All right? All right, guys. So, all right. Hope everybody's having a great start to the week. I want to dive into the full moon energies tomorrow. All right. I already hovered over a lot of these energies on my Patreon. So, yeah, I want to go ahead and tap into my Patreon. I got a lot going on. Putting a class together for my Patreon at the end of the week. It's looking like we're going to get into some fundamentals to synastry over there. All right. But until next time, family, hope everybody has a great night, morning, evening, wherever you're at. All right.